Hello and welcome. This is Nolan Formalarie with Discover NC Homes and Nolan's News, and as always, thank you for having us. Today I wanted to talk about seller feedback and getting your seller feedback from a showing. It is so important because we really want to know what the buyer thought and what the buyer's agent thought when it comes to a showing. But sometimes feedback can be a little bit misleading, if you will, so I want to go over some of that. Not all feedback is created equal. Sometimes we'll get great feedback with some substance to it, meaning the buyer truly does tell us what they liked about the property, what they didn't like about the property. Other times we're going to get feedback that just sounds kind of standard or almost silly. For example, if we're showing a 3,000 square foot home and the buyer says too big, well, you knew that the home was 3,000 square feet. It says in the listing, so why did you come see it? So that's what I mean when all feedback is not quite created equally. As a broker, what I try and do is I keep it very transparent. I want my sellers to see exactly what that buyer said, what the buyer's agent said. And if it's silly feedback or not, I'm going to send it to you the way it is. Personally, I follow up first with an email, and if I don't hear, I send a text, and then I lastly phone call. I do that because I want something in written form that I'm going to send you verbatim what the other agent said. And of course, if it's our own buyer, then we can give you feedback directly verbally. But when it comes to other brokers, we'd like to hand that over to you so you can see what's going on. And again, it's human nature to, I think, give feedback even though it might not all be true. Some people feel the need to say something, so it may, like the size thing, it may not sound accurate, but we're going to give that feedback to you. The best feedback we can get is obviously an offer. And lots of times after showings, we don't get feedback, or we get feedback 3, 4, 5 days later because other brokers are busy. They might still be showing that buyer another buyer. So it all depends on timing. I say if we don't get an offer, they're probably not interested, but we do work hard to get you that feedback. But no feedback usually means they're not interested. Some sellers get anxious, and we've tried hard to get feedback, but we don't get it. So just to recap, feedback is very important because we want to know what the buyer thought and what the buyer agent thought. Sometimes feedback is not truly represented, but we're going to send you it no matter what. And myself, I really like to be transparent, so I try and get that in an email form or text form to get to you so you can see verbatim what the other parties thought. Thank you for having us. If you have any questions on feedback, please let us know.